Good afternoon. Webinar viewers. It's a pleasure to be an MC today. This webinar is in conjunction with World Pharmacy Celebration Year 2023. I'm Bakrin, a student from Bachelor of We appreciate you by taking time off your busy schedules to join us today. We hope you will enjoy the session and also get a lot of information from our session today. Moving on, I would like to introduce our speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Faizah Safina Bakrin. She is a registered pharmacist in Malaysia, dedicated since year 2000. She has been in the academic field for more than 23 years. Also, she is an associate professor in the field of pharmacoinformatics in KPJ Healthcare University. Moreover, she is experienced in content development and validation, research methodology, and consumer health informatics. Professor Dr. Faizah to start her webinar with the title of Medication Safety Leaders, a Pharmacist-Nurse Collaboration.
Thank you, Faizah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this webinar. Thank you for your kind introduction. So without further ado, let me actually start with my talk today on next generation of medication safety leaders, which I will talk about pharmacist and nurse collaboration. The first slide that I will show, the first slide is about the introduction of the talk, that I'm going to actually share with everyone. Is about what is actually medication safety. As we have already known that with all medication related matters, we actually refer it as intervention. So meaning there is drugs or medication involved in this However, even though the intention of pharmacotherapy intervention is to intended to benefit the patient, it also can cause harm. So this is not things rare, but this is common. But actually, it can be preventable. Because why? There's a complex combination of process, technologies, and of interaction. That's why we have this kind of safety. So meaning that what we can do is prevent, to prevent all these what we call sort of errors, adverse drug reaction. That I will actually elaborate in my talk later. With safety and with quality culture actually is very important to be addressed. The teams, meaning the so that's why in my talk today I like the process to ensure medication safety and how the other healthcare providers, not only doctors, can actually contribute in the process. Next slide. I have actually 5 objectives, which first I will actually talk about the statistical. I will show data, and then give one case study. Everyone should can get ideas about what is actually medication error is about. And also the objective number 3, I will actually emphasize the role of all the healthcare providers, which actually included only 3 doctors, pharmacists, and nurses. And number 4, I will show some strategies that the healthcare providers can actually contribute in the process of ensuring medication safety. And the last one is actually just to show some of the patient safety objectives in Malaysia. Next. Okay, for that, my content will cover these 5. So I will actually skip this. Next slide, please. Okay, first we will talk about the statistic, meaning we want to show the facts of what's actually happening in Malaysia, to actually what the government and all healthcare providers is actually giving effort for them to actually ensuring the medication safety. Next. Okay, actually when we talk about measuring medication safety, as you can see in the slide, it's quite complicated, right? Okay, however, this is actually an idealistic framework, but actually what our government is trying to establish as drug, as you can see in the slide, as when we go through the literature, there's a lot of definition. Okay, a few definitions. This definition because it's being cited by the WHO report recently in 2019. 2019, we can see here that it's highlighted in the slide. And first, on the slide. Okay, maybe moderator can show us the adverse drug reaction on the slide. Point. You don't have pointer. Okay, actually on the left side. Okay, yeah, on the left side there's a adverse drug reaction. You can see that adverse drug reaction, right? Okay, so this shouldn't be overlapping error. Here, okay, I just want to actually emphasize on the definition. Okay, the adverse drug reaction should not overlap with error. Just should be it's actually happening because of the property of the drug itself. That's why I want to emphasize. So maybe I would like to emphasize on the definition of adverse nauseous and unintended, okay, which is harmful to the patient. Okay, because at doses is actually being indicated for the patient. So these doses is intended for is also for therapy. Okay. So this is so in contrary, what is medication error? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, medication error is actually error that is being done by human. When you actually do prescribing, this again, I emphasize that medication error can be prevented. Okay, can be prevented. And this kind of error actually cause or lead to an inappropriate medication use of in this slide also, there's another one definition which is adverse drug event. Okay, on the left side of the slide. Okay, maybe the moderator can show us with your arrow on the left side. Oh, so okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, so because of that, can we look at another slide? The next slide, please. Okay, because initiative is to actually report, asking the healthcare providers to report any adverse drug reaction. Also, what's called as AESI. AESI is adverse event. Okay. Okay. As you can see in 2021, there's a tremendous number of reporting many people are into this organization. So you can see that there's a lot of report and view of the immunization. Next. Okay, and not only Malaysia actually done this, but also throughout the world, okay, under the WHO project, or throughout the world, you can see here there's actually they're plotting the numbers of cases, okay, throughout the world in the map. Next. Okay, so what are the products involved in ADR, okay, adverse drug reaction or ADFI reports? This is shown in 2018 by the National Center of Adverse Drug Reaction Monitoring Annual Report, okay, by MedRec. Just we can see here, there's a poison to 23,000 from the poison and prescription items, meaning the poison, those products are the poison and also included some product which is not in the poison list. Okay, we also have traditional product, okay, food products, and also unregistered. Next. And also these are the products based on the system body. Okay, you can see that number one is the skin, skin disease. Okay, number two is the general disorders, okay, or administration, okay, administration. Okay, and then we have number three is nervous system disorder. We have this actually categorized based on the system. Next. Okay, this is also categorized based on the pharmacological group. Okay, meaning based on the drugs. You can see here the top most reported is the okay. So I would like to share the case scenario what is actually errors. Okay, I know when you can see there's a lot of words, okay, because this is what the pharmacy student is actually being tasked to do. So I just want to share how thorough the pharmacy student actually learn in understand their topics. Okay, here we can see. Okay, in this case, actually, I want to highlight this patient actually. Okay, Miss Polly. Okay, she actually come to outpatient clinic. Okay, and complaining that she has abdominal pain and dark stools. Stools meaning the najis, najis. Okay, and she actually in the history of herself when she came to the outpatient clinic, she said she had a heart attack 5 years ago. And at her previous visit 3 weeks ago, actually, she went to the hospital because she had a muscle pain. She had muscle pain because she's working in the farm. And she was given what we call an painkiller, what one of it called diclofenac, under the category of NSAID. Okay. So other than that, because of her past history, she also was prescribed aspirin and other medicine according to her hypertension because she had a heart attack. Okay, and also when she went to the hospital, okay, she has the symptom of blood loss. Okay, because kenapa we know that she had blood loss because of her dark stool. Bila dapat when she actually loss indication. So, originally, she was diagnosed. Panic will actually cause this risk of having GI bleeding. Okay, the hepatic ulcer. Okay, and then following her discharge, okay, when her son collect the prescribed medicine from the pharmacy, exclude because actually that's actually of the so this is what I show everyone the key steps that to actually I will okay, what happening, okay, what her problem like just now patient should be later on, okay, but one the patient they do this. So this assessment doctor know that patient has experience, but it seems that doctor detect that this patient was prescribed aspirin without a gastroprotective agent. Okay, so this is actually the cause of having the risk to get the gastrointestinal bleeding. Okay, that's another one case. Okay, on top of it, dia dapat diclofenac juga. Okay, diclofenac for her muscle pain. But actually, it was not properly reviewed that actually this patient had heart attack. So actually, when giving patient with diclofenac, actually is giving her the higher risk, and she actually exposure to risk to get problem with her heart problems nanti. Okay, because she had the heart attack once previously, so maybe she will get another attack, okay, in future. So this is that this thing should risk assessment. This is what we call as risk assessment. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so the medication review it should be done actually multidisciplinary. So meaning pharmacists, okay, so especially for polypharmacy, meaning the patient has is prescribed with medication. That's now you know that she got Propenex in medication. So this is what is especially those with gene. So the be done okay not only in at the doctors but also pharmacy and also okay. So in this problem, in this case, we can see that of course another issue is is also the patient to getting the so this is another thing that all the healthcare professionals should okay. Next, please. Okay, this is I just want to highlight okay, us as healthcare providers and for all the students also we actually train them to read from articles, okay, to read from to actually confirm the information and actually for that they actually lebih confident with their situation with the patient. So this is one of the example of articles that we can actually okay. So the third step steps. And number 3 is dispensing, preparation, and administration. So in this step, the student is actually taught to, even the nurse and the pharmacist, and they actually be taught to check for 7 rights. Seven. Now we already have 10 rights. 5, then 7, and now 10 rights. Okay, so this right we have to ensure that, next slide please. Okay, so next they have to ensure that, next slide please. Okay, on the next slide. So another slide. Okay, I'm so because the slide is didn't show the 7 rights, so we have to make sure the is the right patient, right dose, right drugs, and so on. Okay, never mind. Next is okay. So before dispensing, okay, first of all, okay, even the pharmacists and also nursing, healthcare providers, they have to check that whether the patient has allergies or not. That you the actually full name of the sure that we have the right patient, and also we have the right medication, the right rights that we have to check, and the right patient, oral patient, then also we have to check, and also right patient. Next. Okay, okay, so you have to double check also. Okay, so this actually slide prepared by a nursing student. Okay, so I just also one of the slide I include in my lecture, my talk today. Okay, next. Okay, next, please. Okay, so number 4 here, a step what we call as communication and patient engagement. Okay, patient engagement. So actually the problem with the case just now is there is no communication. Okay, no communication, no, there's a miscommunication. Okay, that actually leads to the people can prescribe when the patient is going to discharge. Okay, supposedly, okay, if there is an adequate communication, okay, so this won't happen. Okay, because this is a basic information that most of us should know the adverse effect and so on. But the thing is now, the problem is with the communication. Okay, next. Okay, so the number 5, okay, actually this should be done, okay, healthcare providers and the patient or the patient's family. And the son is actually, so meaning, okay, the son should actually look at the case, and even actually the mother said, I remember that doctor asked me to stop something, but I can't remember. But the son decided to take everything without any. The son should actually also confirm with the doctor. Okay, is it true? That's what my mother said just now. So that's mean, okay. That's mean communication is very important. And in our technical terms, we talk about this communication between the healthcare providers and the patient family, we call as medication reconciliation. So medication reconciliation meaning we ask the patient to bring to tell us, to declare us everything, every medication or even supplement or any traditional medicine they take, they have to tell the healthcare providers. Okay, because we want to see is there any interaction drug food interaction or within this supplement and drug interaction. Okay, so this is very important for everyone to actually know their what the patient is taking. Okay, next. Okay, so the role of healthcare providers, as I already mentioned just now. Next. Okay, this is actually I would like to clarify the definition of, first I would like to clarify on the medication review. Next. So medication review is actually where the the structured evaluation of patient medication, okay, that aim to optimize medicine use and improving health outcome. So this actually a very crucial step, okay, that we our doctors also the pharmacist and the nurse should actually take note and it's into methods of asking the patient medication and so on. This is where the next where we actually talking about medication reconciliation. Next. So medication reconciliation is actually is a relationship between professional and patient. So that's not medication review. Medication review is about a professional to actually look all the medication, to actually look at the interaction, to look on the side effect, okay, to look on the patient compliance, and so on. Okay, next. Okay, so these are all the steps that are taken on. But repeating the next slide. So that's I would like to because this talk is about the collaboration between pharmacist and nurse. Okay, between pharmacy and nurse. So this is actually a study from one systematic review on the nurse role in medicine management. Okay, it's actually shown here that the nurse here, the first one on the left of the slide, okay, medication reconciliation process. Okay, because based on these articles that the relationship between nurse and patient is much more close compared to pharmacists or doctors itself. So they are doing they are contributing a very important role in ensure that the patient declare all the including all the supplement, traditional products, everything, to actually help them to serve the patient better, to make sure that the patient medication is no interaction whatsoever. And the other role of nurse in the medicine management is to collaborate with other healthcare providers. As you can see here, okay, at the middle, the green box, okay, we can see the clarification of medicine concept and patient clinical parameters, meaning the patient what the vital points, and also they have to make sure they can communicate effectively with everyone, with the doctor, with the pharmacist, and so on. Okay, and also the last one in their role is to support the healthcare recipients. Meaning here, of course, we want to talk about communication with patient. Okay, especially when we actually nowadays, the patient education is very important. Patients should be well informed of their treatment of medication. So it is very important that nurse also, especially nurse, to actually provide the patient education. Okay, next. This slide is actually a proposal from a few articles that I actually compiled. Okay, how this pharmacist-nurse collaboration can be done towards achieving medication safety. Okay, first, as I already mentioned just now, the number one is very important to actually develop patient education program. That is very, very crucial, very, very important, because patients themselves only know what happening to them. Okay, and they should know the rationale taking the medicine, what will happen if they skip the medicine. So they need to know everything. So they won't blame the medicine, they won't skip, they will adherence or compliance to the medicine, they will follow the dosing and so on. That's why number one, as from my reading and from my from a few articles that I read, that's number one is to develop patient education program, especially in Malaysia. Okay, if you have this intact, if you have this in the soon enough in curriculum, okay, that will be very ensuring for us for the medication safety program. Okay, number two is to improve medication communication and literacy. So because as we know, our technical terms kan is very not what we call not really lay terms lah. So we need to actually also use the lay term language for this patient. So in this area, we need to actually communicate with the patient effectively. And number two also is actually relate to the healthcare providers also. So that's why we go workshop, conferences so that we actually can improve medication literacy. Okay. Number three is interprofessional medication reviews. Because medication reviews is always being looked as doctors or pharmacists role, but actually it have to be everyone who actually have contribution with the patient. So this is in the ward, in the pharmacy, in the clinic, everyone is actually contributing, and that's why everyone should do the medication reviews. Okay, because of everyone of us actually learn the drug pharmacology, the drug pharmacotherapeutics, so that's we have to do medication reviews. Okay, number four, to combine intervention, continuity of care and medication adherence. When we talk about that circle just now that I show you, it's actually a circle not only it's not cut off until the patient keluar daripada ward, but also continue when the patient at home. So this is the intervention, it should be something is continuity. And of course, bila patient went back to home, we have to make sure that patient also adherence to the medication. Okay, number five is to actually develop a shared medication scheme. Maksudnya when pharmacists have of a certain info and so on, it should be shared with the nursing also. Okay, so next slide. So a little bit on leadership. It's not my area on leadership. I just want to share what are the what we got a characteristic of leadership. Very fast. Okay, next. Okay, so this is generally a characteristic of an effective leadership. Okay, you are not necessary to be a manager or to be someone, the head of department or so on, but everyone, as we actually abandoned in our curriculum, every student should be assessed as their leadership skill. So, which means these are the characteristic of effective leadership. Okay, which is cultivate a sense, empathy and motivate, communication, and effective communication, provide purpose and direction. Because we always thought they have this research, so they research components, so they have their objective and they have to achieve their objective. So this is all the leadership characteristic. Decision making. They have to make decision and they have also to take responsible of any consequences based on their decision. Okay, they have to inspire trust, resilience, and once you fall down, then you can get back up. Okay, integrity, and promote teamwork, creative and innovative. So these are the general leadership quality lah. Okay, next. Okay, so what is the characters of a medication safety leaders? Okay, next. First, they need to have vision. Okay, vision. So develop a vision of an ideal safe medication use system for the organization. So this is the vision. And vision can be something yang you will shoot the star ke apa, it's very high one. Okay, but from the vision actually you can plan. You can plan and not only plan but you have to oversee the planning, creation. You have to review the review. After review, you have to refine your plan. Okay, next. Okay, develop and lead. Everyone should have this ability to develop new things because sometimes the old process need to be revised and need to be refined. So everyone should have those healthcare providers need to develop and lead, so that it can actually implement of error prevention strategies based on practice standard. Okay, because we have a lot of literacy that we can actually or the guideline we can actually refer to, and actually not only referring but we have to develop that to develop the process so that everyone can follow and it can be reproducible, and of course later we have to analyze whether it is effective or not and see is there any gaps for us to refine. Okay, next. So quality, okay, so we have to do coaching. So once you know you are the content expert, you have to coach people to ensure the medication management and patient safety. Overall, is actually a culture in one organization, and of course to build trust. For the quality, we need this all the accreditation. We have to comply all the regulatory. Okay, so that we actually building our trust, and for the patient safety, okay, we have the Malaysian patient safety goals that I will show later lah. Okay, next. Okay, so this is like the for this leadership. We have to actually build a culture of safety through lesson learned, okay, education and communication across the entire organization, and then support any development development or new implementation. We have to support, okay, and then participate actively in the planning, design, implementing, especially in this era, you need to use the technology and automation system. So it will less the burden of having to remember all the trivial things, and we can focus more on the patient safety support program or services. Okay, next. Okay, this is an example of automated system or what we call as CDSS, a clinical decision support system. Okay, meaning if we have this kind of system in our hospital, okay, we know that our hospital information system need to be improved a lot. Even though we start with the EMR, with the electronic health record, if there is a CDSS component, okay, it actually tremendously help the healthcare providers and to actually identify all those interaction symptoms very fast, and then we actually can focus on patient delivery, on the on patient education and so on. Next. Even in the in the nursing, they also do some diagnosis. Okay, this kind of element. Okay, but if it can be abandoned in the system, okay, it will be very useful, especially for doctors to identify if there's any problem with the patient due to the from the nursing observation, from the nurse's observation. Okay, next. Okay, and this barcode is no longer an old thing, but we need to actually have this kind of thing, so it will actually save a lot of time. Okay, next. Okay, so a little bit on Malaysian patient safety goals. Okay, this is 2.0. Okay, actually it's already being revised. Okay, next. Okay, so we actually, when we talk about medication safety, is in the goal number 3. Okay, you can see here the themes or the vision of this medication safety is on the theme is medication without harm. Okay, so it's actually being guided from the WHO, okay, guideline, and it's actually Malaysia has started to incorporate in their guideline since 2017, I think. Okay, so this is not something new anymore for us. Okay, next. Okay, so the strategies, okay, in this goal number 3, medication without harm, we have here 4 components. Okay, as you can see, as what I propose in from the literature, number 1, we can see that the first key component is empower patient and the public in ensuring medication safety. So this is definitely what we should do right now, with the support from the IT things, all these information technologies, automatic system and so on, we actually can focus on the patient itself for the education and so on. Okay, so next slide please. So this is the details, so I won't go into details on this. Next slide please. Okay, so another initiative of the government is to actually report on this ADR. Just now I already mentioned. So this is the website, okay, for under the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency, what for SMPRA. Okay, we can actually refer to this website to actually do the reporting. And the moderator is actually want to share. They are all students actually who organize this webinar. Okay, they did some homework and they want to share the. Can you share now? They want to share the website. Okay. So actually apa ni proactively because my slide is very small, so they are, even though they are third year student, they proactively try to find this information. This is one apa ni skill that we actually teach our student to explore, especially from this Google search and so on, and you can easily find it. Okay, so that's why it's all this initiative to actually ensure that that we actually get our initiative for medication safety. Okay, right. Okay, just now we look at the ADR, adverse drug reaction reporting, but there is also another report on only medication error. Medication error. Okay, even in hospital also, okay, there is a system that we need to do reporting on medication error. Okay, next. Okay, so these are the flow chart that I actually retrieved from a public hospital. Okay, how they actually pricing any medication error, and it's as same as any other hospital also, including KPJ Hospital. Okay, next. Okay, and just to show who are the people who actually report in the KKM lah, because this is the KKM, the Ministry of Health Malaysia portal, so most of it is from the Ministry of Health. Okay, because the private hospital, they have their own team that are going to address any medication error. So next. Okay, so these are the category. Okay, next. Okay, conclusion from my talk today. Okay, so what is actually we need to be or to actually contributing in being the medication safety leaders in this era. First, okay, we have to build the right mindset. Which patient must always be the top priority. So this is the mindset that everyone have to hold. Okay, next, find the right partners. So in this talk, actually, I highlight that not only among pharmacists, but pharmacists and nurses also have to be partners, meaning they have to collaborate, okay, so that they can facilitate and innovate process of medication management. Okay, not only the pharmacy. Okay, and then come up with fresh I cannot see. Okay, okay. So the next summarize from my point is come up with fresh and creative ideas. Okay, they have to generate new ideas by breaking all old thinking and making new connection and gaining fresh perspective. That is my third point. And last, not on the second row, okay, formulate a detailed workflow. Okay, workflow is something that if you are actually under ISO or accredited by any organization in the hospital, DCI and so on, okay, we actually have to formulate a workflow. And this workflow, and once you document, you have to follow the workflow. So the creation of this workflow, it have to be done regularly and not only during audit datang dia, but it have to do regularly so that we actually can improve our working lah to serve patient and so on. Yeah, especially here when we want to do a collaborative workflow among nurse, pharmacists and also doctors. So we have to always formulate the detailed workflow. The next, we have to expand our knowledge about technology. Okay, about technology. And in fact, not only technology we are talking about, we also have to talk about the content development. Okay, we have to do what I always propose. We have to do triangulation. Triangulation meaning we have to find information from not only from the literature, not only from the guideline, but also we have to conduct interview from the people who actually practice, who actually experience things, so that we can have a confirmed information that those information we can adopt or adapt for the digital transformation. Okay, next, define strategy carefully. So everyone, okay, we have to define our strategy carefully, because once we actually set an objective or vision, okay, we have to follow that. Like we always teach our students, when you do your research, okay, you have to uh, to, to, to to actually identify the correct verbs and to identify to evaluate and so on, because of that, and it will actually reflect how you want to achieve your objective or strategy. Okay, next, okay, all of us have to open to all criticism and suggestion, okay, so that we who are people that we need to know the suggestion and the complaint is our patient. So we have to always ask patient what we can improve, what you think what you are not satisfied with the service and so on. Okay, I think for that, I would like to end uh, my sharing today. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Okay, I open for yeah.
Thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Faizah. That's so informative. I'm sure our viewers will learn a comment section or the chat box if you have any doubts. Testing.
Testing.
Sorry everyone that just now we are having some problems. Now viewers can type your questions in the chat box or comment section if you have any doubts. Meanwhile, while waiting for the questions from the viewers, Doctor, I have some questions. First is referring to the statistics and ADR and EFI bar chart you showed us just now from 2011 to 2021. I saw that there is an increase in the number of reports. Does this mean that the awareness of reporting increases?
Yeah, that's correct, Ms. Liu. Okay, very good. Good observation. It seems that all this while healthcare professional, they are actually there's some barriers or what they call maybe they seems that they don't understand the purpose of the reporting. Okay, but now most of them aware and they actually report, and even though even the pharmacies, they can get CPD point if they do if they do the reporting. So that is how it's okay to report, and it doesn't mean that you are doing any mistake.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Also, I have one more question.
Okay.
What happens when people bring unknown medication? How do we identify and detect the unknown medication?
That's very good question. Okay, because sometimes when we do medication reconciliation, sometimes patient will bring unknown pills, tablets. So nowadays, actually, there's some apps. Okay, maybe moderator, you can help me by typing okay, you can actually use the Google search, because Google search is actually very powerful search engine. You can actually go to Google and you can type the how to identify unknown tablet or pill. Okay, so that from that, okay, you can get a few suggestion of apps. Pill identifier, yes. Okay, actually look at this software or website, then can actually help them to identify those pills. Like you can enter the pill imprint, so you can see these are the, the example. And even there is one when we went to conference at ISPOA Seoul previously recently. The Japanese itself, they actually collaborate with an pharmaceutical company and actually develop these apps to identify unknown pills, so that you can use the mobile apps. And I heard from my friend from KKM also that the Ministry of Health also, they actually doing this initiative to develop these pill identifier apps. So that's a very good question. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Doctor,
Okay,
for your
you're
clear
welcome.
explanations. Does the viewers have any questions? Can type in the comment section.
Okay, and also I would like to suggest, okay, if they want to ask further question, okay, they can also email to me. Okay, my email you can share in the chat box. Also can email to myself, Faizah, Faizah underscore Safina, yes, at now we KJU, no is dot edu.my. Yeah. You also can post your question to my email. Okay? It's to post my email. So you also can always email me, okay, if you want to, maybe you don't have a question now, but later. How will the new COVID vaccine affect the current medication statements? Oh, this is very advanced question on the vaccine and medication interaction. And I think this we need further research. We have to go through all the report from the actually from the patient reported or from the healthcare professional reported cases that we can actually do any kind of research by identifying those drugs that might be have interaction, and we have to confirm that with we have to increase number of samples. Sebab sometimes it is not like it's like an isolated case. But I cannot answer the question right now. But we hope that some researchers, I think there's already some research done, okay, that I'm not actually aware of, okay, but you can always find it from the Google. Maybe moderator can show us, can show the Google search engine. Can you share the Google search engine? Okay, so the keyword should be just now you show us the Google search can. Because you are talking about this is drug COVID-19 vaccine interaction. Please key in that keyword. Okay, drug COVID-19 vaccine, okay, interaction. Okay, so let's see what is the, okay, so you can see here, like for example from this National Institute of Health, this is US, you can click there, potential interaction between COVID-19 vaccine, okay, you can see that, right? So this is 2021 study, which is we can consider as recent, but most probably because this 2 years back, and they probably collect the data in 2020. You can find other type of study. Okay, here you can see there's a lot of information here. You can see anti-epileptic drugs. You can see. So these are all the reported cases. Okay, probably a lot. Okay, and you can see. Okay, go up. Atas. Okay, you can see cited by other article. Click that plus. Cite on your right. Cite. Okay. So when we look here, is there any study that cited this article that maybe we can actually track on the most recent study? Itu tak ada tak ada. So this you can see, this is from Malaysia. Okay, so actually Malaysian people also, all the scholar produce a lot of papers to contribute to the worldwide. Okay, can you look back at the search? Okay, tengok bawah lagi. Okay, see, even from the drugs.com, drugs.com is one of the website that we can actually review or refer. We can see here, this is from the Pfizer itself. They actually report because any drug adverse reaction or this AEFI, the manufacturer must, they have to compulsory, they have to report. You can see one of it from they actually post in drugs.com, and so that we can actually see the interaction. See, okay, so you can put your concern of drug in that particular box, and then you can actually put see the result. It's not online. I'm answering the question for the Holy Scriptures. So are you a student or are you from, okay? You can see here, there are 300 drugs known, because it's actually the responsibility of the manufacturer to report any cases. So they are using this platform so that we can look at this for our reference, right? 300 is a lot, okay? And maybe more, right? Okay, good. So any more question? I hope answering your question. You asked to the, okay? So am I answering your question? Good question, Good question. And also, I just want to highlight this. What you are concerned is what we call as interaction. Okay, that is the technical term that you can use to find this kind of apa ni? Your question lah, to answer your question. Okay, thank you for your question. There is no batch. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, there's a new batch. Of course, there will be new things coming very fast, because the R&D nowadays is very the equipment, the expert. Okay, there's a lot of support. Okay, so there will be new things coming every time, very fast. Okay, yeah. Thank you for your question. I hope you all the best. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Doctor, for clearing the doubts of our viewers. It looks like we have no more questions left and we have covered all of our questions. Associate Professor Dr. Faizah, is there anything else you want to cover before our recapitulation?
Okay, so I hope that this sharing can benefit some of you and maybe give you some ideas for your career or your research. Maybe for public people, you can get better idea how these healthcare providers actually and our government we actually work out to actually our priority is the patient. Okay, and I also welcome any question or any collaboration and send to my email. Okay, that's all.
All right. Again, thank you, Professor Dr. Faizah. Also, I would like to thank each and everyone for making this webinar session happen. All of you taking time of your busy personal schedules to join us means a lot to us and our committee members. We hope to see you all in the upcoming events and all the upcoming Wednesday at the same time. Hope you all will join us again. See you again. And last, thank you for joining us.